All right, I think we can begin. 5 minutes after 6, so nice and punctual Swiss standards. Welcome everyone, and thank you very much for being here for one of the Hack and Lead preparatory events hosted by Women++ and delivered actually by Kate or Katerina Butyugina. Thank you. I was practicing actually quite a lot. And yes, so for today, what we're going to be looking at is how to build and deploy your simple Python app from scratch. Now, before we begin, just a few words about the organization behind Hack and Lead and these preparatory events, which is Women++. So I'm Matt, I'm part of Women++, I'm part of the advisory board. And what we do, or what we focus on really is we're a Swiss non-profit organization focused on bringing more gender diversity to the Swiss tech industry. What that means, or what we really focus on, is applied learning initiatives. So Hack and Lead is an example of that. Deploy Impact is another example of that. And when designing our initiatives, what we really want to focus on, I guess, keeping in mind all the time, is our core values, which are leadership, education, inclusion, and collaboration. So these are the values that we also want to really live with every single one of these initiatives. And advance with both our communities, but also our partnering companies and organizations. And here you see a little bit of the stats around our initiatives over the last couple of years. So we've had over 1,000 participants. Usually the female participation ratio is around 80%. And what we focus on, as in like our target group, are really two personas, if you will, or two groups in our audience, which on the one hand include women who might not already be in tech, but are looking to somehow transition. And in this, we're really talking about professionals, so less students or less, high schoolers, which I know there are other organizations who are doing great work in Switzerland around that. We're focusing mainly on professionals, but also women who are already in tech and who are looking to maybe increase their network or finding other ways to sort of advance their career in tech. Now, with that being said, maybe just a few words about Hack and Lead, the event that this is a preparatory event for, or preparatory workshop for. So Hack and Lead is a 2-day hackathon. We call it a women-friendly hackathon. And the reason we call it a women-friendly hackathon is because we designed it in a way, or based on research actually, to make it a little bit more inclusive and, as the slogan suggests, women-friendly. So what does that mean? On the one hand, we wanted to make it really a safe space. So we have, not just a code of conduct, but we also try to make it inclusive for people who might have children at home. So there's no overnight coding. There's no sort of expectation that you're in there drinking Red Bulls and eating pizza. We really want to make it open to everybody. We also really want to focus on the idea of not just contributing with your skill set. So the idea is not that everybody has to be sort of this incredible technical talent, but what we usually do is we want to focus on creating full product teams within Hack and Lead. So having people who might have more experience in project management, maybe a bit more UX UI design, front-end development, back-end development, data science, whatever really completes a good and rounded team. We also want to focus on preparation and learning rather than competition. So yes, of course, it's a hackathon. There is sort of a competitive element, but at the same time, our main goal or our main focus is to make this a learning experience and something that is a nice experience to participate in rather than this intense pressure event. And finally, what we also wanted to really make sure is to make it possible for parents to join, again, in the EU. Despite us being in 2023, we still find that around 85% of the parents who reduce their working pensum, I guess you call it, or their working hours, when they have children, are still women. So this was also an important part in designing Hack and Lead. Here you see a few statistics of what Hack and Lead, or the last editions of Hack and Lead, last edition of Hack and Lead, sorry. Which is, so this time now we're getting to our 3rd edition. So You see, we had over 220 applicants. Again, it was around an 80 to 20 women to men ratio. 70% attended a hackathon for the first time. We had 30 different nationalities, and one specific number I'm quite proud of is we had 44 mentors. And this meant that we had, I think, around 3 participants per mentor, which sort of, you see, it really emphasizes this idea of making sure that there are people there who can also guide the whole process, because we also understand 2 days to create some kind of an MVP is quite an intense, pressured scenario. And so that really along the entire chain of producing something like that, you have somebody that you can also ask when you're stuck somewhere or when you need some inspirations. For that, we had a lot of mentors. And as you can see, they really also come from companies bringing real life experience to the table. Ultimately, what we had was 22 projects that were then built in those 2 days. And what you also behind this event today is Constructor Learning, which is one of our partners, Women++. And for anybody who's interested, so Constructor Learning actually offers bootcamps. So you see here full stack software engineering and data science bootcamps. And if you're interested, Constructor Learning also offers scholarships in partnership with Women++ for sort of reduced rates for the bootcamp. So for anybody who's interested, you have a QR code here to jump right onto the page. And finally, maybe just a few notes about you, Kate. And now for this, I have to get my notes out so I don't say anything wrong. So Kate actually has a PhD in computational fluid dynamics, and she turned into a data scientist afterwards. She currently works as a program manager for the data science program at Constructor Learning, and is focusing on teaching Python, DS Toolkit, and deep learning, supervision of machine learning and deep learning industrial projects, also developing the curriculum for the course. So with all of that being said, hand over to you. The stage is yours, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much for introduction. I also prepared a bit of introduction about myself, so I probably will reduce it. Thanks a lot. And yeah, today we work on creating the small Python app from scratch, and I will shortly introduce the workflow of today and yeah, the steps we need to do. So basically build and deploy your simple Python data app from scratch. That's kind of, yeah. So I wrote in the prerequisites for the today's workshop that you need to install like Python IDE, like VS Code or PyCharm, and a GitHub account. But I forgot to mention that you need to have some kind of package manager, Anaconda or Poetry or something else, like to manage the packages in Python. If you will need help to start with this, we have Albin and Dominic. I don't know, Dominic, are you staying until the end or you will leave in soon?
Yeah,
you'll stay. Okay, so that maybe they can help you to install it. Like, how many of you have Anaconda or something similar installed? Okay, approximately 30%. It's good. It's good. It means that there is no problem. And yeah, for installations during the live coding session, we will also do it. It's okay. So yeah, and now for today, we are a bit later with our schedule, but I hope we can catch up at some points. So I will introduce a bit more the company, like what we are doing, and we'll talk a bit about the hackathon and why it is important, the fast prototyping. Then we do a local Streamlit app on your laptops, and then we will deploy it to the web. It's very easy. You don't even need to attach your credit cards or anything. So then I think it will be some time. I hope you can follow together with me. But if not, there will be some time to catch up. 3 of us, we will help you to install your systems, to go with you through the process, hopefully. And then there is networking and apparel. But we keep it, it's like roughly our plan for today, and we keep it interactive. So if there's questions or something, or you want to let's say me repeat something, just let me know. You have access to the slides, which was sent to you in the email. You got the access. I opened it for everyone just a half an hour ago, so you have these slides. You can actually open it and access it because we will have some links there. But if you don't have these links to the slides, there's QR codes with the links in the end. So don't hesitate to ask if you need something. So it's a bit about, yeah, sorry, Dominic, I thought you actually will not join, but I will put your picture later. But here is Dominic. Yeah, a bit about myself. As Matt said, I worked as a researcher, PhD student in Center for Micro and Nanoscale Dynamic of Dispersed Systems. Then I decided to switch from academia to industry, and I found Propulsion Academy 4 years ago. So 4 years ago, I did the data science course. I joined the company as a TA, then as data science consultant, working on industry projects, and now I'm program manager for the data science program. And I really like this experience because we are helping also people to find their dream jobs, to kind of, bring this confidence, teach them programming skills, and etc. A lot of good things. So, and I also was a participant in the last hackathon also 4 years ago. It was really, really nice experience. And I can say that I wish someone could show me what we are going to do today, because the fast prototyping in hackathons in this environment of 2 days is really, really helpful. So I hope you will be able to use it. So about us, yes, we not only provide the boot camps, we also do trainings for the companies for the latest technologies, and also, we work on consultant projects with different companies, also developing different prototypes and further solutions. So we already have a huge network of alumni, 1,000 people graduated. And when I go to the conferences in Switzerland, I always see at least 10 people, which are our alumni, which are now data scientists or developers in the companies. It's very nice, and I always try to make a picture with all of us. So we have alumni working in, somehow most of them are in Google as data analysts, but also UBS, banks, insurance companies, and of course, Credit Suisse, which is UBS now. So we have good ranking. You can read the reviews, and I would say from 80 to 90%, depending on the season, depending on the time of the year, our graduates find the jobs within 6 months. Zurich, Munich, and remote, and Bremen, we are opening in Bremen soon. So it is immersive experience. So we have 12 weeks of the boot camps. For the full-time, 22 weeks for the part-time. For the part-time, it's for people who work already. And for the full-time, it's fully immersive from 9 to 6 experience. We are training you to find a job in data science or full stack. And actually, the exercises are designed so they are kind of representing the interview challenges, and in the end you have the industry project. Sometimes students get in directly into these companies to work. It doesn't happen very often, but it happens, and but anyways, it brings you some good experience. So that's why become a data scientist, because it's cool, and we have a lot of data, and producing more and more data every day. So of course, a data scientist will be this job will not be taken by AI anytime soon. So why us? Because we have amazing curriculum, which we develop always adjusting to the latest technologies, mentoring. Yes, we invite instructors from industry, and we also like to teach ourselves. So we have Swiss Data Science Center, startups, UBS, also a startup, Google, Microsoft, the manufacturing company, data scientist instructors, and we also teach ourselves. So this is our team. This is from us. Albin. And the rest is from industry experts. So the application process is that there is personal interview, then technical interview, then preparation work, then course, and then the industry project, and we support you, of course, in every step. There are financing options, and as Matt said, there is scholarship is Women++, but you have the slide, we can discuss it if you're interested in the end. So there are some financial options, and there are upcoming programs in August and in November for UI UX design. And what is else I wanted to tell you, there is events. So we have today the Women Hack and Lead preparation event, and there will be the panel discussion of will AI take my job or not. We invite the industry specialists who work with AI. This will be also in-person event. It's not a workshop, it's just the discussion. So if you want to network with some people who work in the area, who apply generative AI in their everyday jobs, feel free to come. It also will be hybrid, so you can join remotely, you can come in person. So it's next Wednesday. And there is introduction to NLP workshop next Wednesday. This one will be also hybrid. And we, of course, invite you to our final projects presentation. We have a huge party in the end, and 28th of July, before August vacation, good time to come. We also have the roof terrace, and if the weather will be nice, we will have a nice very nice party outside as well. So these all events are for free. So if you look for the opportunities to network or to work on your skills, feel free to come. And of course, the course is the challenging but rewarding, so you can get an interesting job in the end. Age is not a barrier, and yeah, what matters is the motivation. Any questions, connect me in LinkedIn, or we also chat afterwards, and we can offer a discount for you. There's the code for discount if you apply. This is only until July 7. So afterwards, yeah, there are other maybe options, maybe not. So let's start with the topic of today. Actually, it was quite fast. Quite fast. So yeah. Prototyping, hackathon in real life, right? So as I don't know how much of you worked with prototypes, but like in hackathon, the environment is extremely, how to say, of course it's friendly. You don't need to, in Hack and Lead, you don't need to do overnight coding, but it's still very challenging. It's still high paced. In 2 days, you need to develop some kind of the solution. By the way, how many of you participated in different hackathons? Not you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Okay, then I will explain a bit the specific of hackathon. So hackathon is, there are different companies, they provide you the challenge, and you focus on the specific challenge, and then you need to solve you need to develop the prototype, or you need to kind of provide a solution for this challenge in a range of 2 days. You have usually a team of developer, data scientists that Matt mentioned, the manager, the person who will do pitching. So like 4, 5, how much? 5 people, 4, 5 people is your team. So you need to, everyone should focus on their part, and there's no time to develop really, good final product. You need to really do fast prototyping, something which will work, but which not necessarily will be like the final version, like that you can already sell in the Google Play app or Apple Store. Something which people already can kind of, like something feasible that people will be able to try to touch, to see, to play with. And so the companies, they provide these challenges. I think there are like 6 to 8 companies, and they have all different challenges. I worked myself on the Thomson Reuters challenge, which was fighting modern slavery with data. So they provide us. And in general, I think half of the companies, at least 60% maybe, they have kind of the data challenges. So you need to develop some kind of research, some kind of, this data app or like data analysis. For example, there were a lot of tasks with like, probably it will be something similar like fuel, like energy crisis challenge, something like this, I'm sure. So for this, you might need to think, okay, maybe I need to analyze some kind of geodata, like map of Switzerland, where I need to take, okay, where like the most of the, I don't know, dirtiest regions of Switzerland, something like this. So anyhow, you need to work a bit with data. And what we need to do when we do prototyping, so we choose the problem, we brainstorm the solution, we need to focus on the business side of the problem, we need to choose business value, and we need to develop the fast prototype. So we need to visualize and demonstrate in order to convince our stakeholders, our company, which does the challenge, that we are having a nice idea and we are doing the good job there. So in real life, sometimes you need to do the same, but it lasts much longer, for 1-3 months. So you have more time for development. But still, it's nice to have the tool to develop and quickly show to your customers, to the stakeholders. And why I decided to show the Streamlit application today, the Streamlit package, because it's really nice tool. It's low-code solution. It's a Python library that helps you to develop this fast prototyping, and the deployment of this app is extremely easy. Like, deployment is a part where you make your app accessible for everyone. So basically, it's becoming from your local app, it's becoming the web app, and you can share it with people. And hopefully, we will be able to do it today in the end. So we have, like, here are some examples. This was the Streamlit app developed as a part of our final project for the students. I hope it's loading now. So that's how it looks like. The project was about the development, the radio communication label classification. So for the NASCAR pilots, you know, like Formula 1 and NASCAR races, the pilots, they talk between each other, and the text, they're talking, the audio being translated into the text, and text need to be classified. So for example, when driver like screams, "My car is on fire," someone needs to really detect that this is a danger within the huge amount of other noise, you know, like if some just pilots just joking between each other. So you need to really detect the important message, and that's what the students did. There's like just the explanation, there's the proof of concept and some comparison of the models. There are some labels, there's interactive Sankey diagram for the human classified topics and machine classified topics. So basically it was labeled data set, so the human kind of classified what is dangerous, what is not dangerous, what is directed to pit stop, what is something else. And we developed the machine learning, like the students developed the machine learning algorithm. And if you, let's say you can select the model, you can use the classical machine learning model or the deep learning with transformers model and write something like my tire explode. This explodes. So, and get some answer like the classification, and you say you like this is pit normal, which means that you need to go pit stop to change your tires. And there's a tires label, and there's brake something in the car label. So they're kind of all relevant, and the person responsible for reacting to this, basically they can see what it is likely to be, like what the situation is likely to be. So this is the example of the app developed by our students. Here's the teams. But there are other examples as well. If you want to go, you can find it here in our blog post. Most of our students develop this kind of apps in the end of their final projects. So if you look for the final project for data science, for example, you can take a look. If you're interested in kind of what is business case and where it might be necessary to develop this kind of app. I see some of our former students here, so they probably know already something about it. And there's not only, of course, our students, that's a huge community. And you can check out what kind of possibilities Streamlit offers. So, for example, this is Ask My PDF app based on the generative AI. It connects to the ChatGPT, and it has this like API key, but you don't need to provide your own. It's someone else did it for you, and you can just basically browse the files. You can. I have the example somewhere. Extra. Yeah, you can just load the sustainability report of some. Let me show it to you actually. What kind of report it is? So So this is the sustainability report of the big, I don't know if it's German or Swiss company, Planzer. German? Don't know. It's just transportation company, and they have the sustainability report, la 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 la. The report is 28 pages, but let's see what this app is doing for us. It tries to answer the questions based on this PDF file. Ask questions to sustainability report. Let's say, what is the company's, how to say, what the companies do, or like what is the area of expertise of this company, right? What is the area of expertise for the company in the report? Do you see, by the way, like I wrote, what is the area of expertise for the company in the report? And let's see, get answer. So it will make a query to ChatGPT and yeah, give you the answer. In the meantime, I will show you that all the code is available for free online, and you can check it out how it's done. So this code is publicly available, and if you go and click to this app, it will give to you the possibility to repeat the same in your laptop. So the area of expertise for the company is in the report is transport and storage services. So it provides you the proof, why is that, and some explanation. So the quote states that the company provides transport and storage services. So it basically, it makes sense, right? So the app is working, it's nice, you can load the PDF and ask the question. So this kind of app, of course, much more simpler because yeah, to create something like this will take more time. But if you want, if you're interested, everything is available in GitHub, and you can take a look, and maybe it will be useful for you during the hackathon to adapt this code to your challenge. But if you do it, it's also a good idea to provide the credits of the person who did it. But yeah, it's already out of my control. I said it. So let's start. Basically, let's start with practical part. You can actually either click here, and this will take you to the GitHub repo for today's workshop. There's 5 folders actually. What else I wanted to say? Yeah, so basically Streamlit is a Python library which helps us to create the low-code solutions for our Python code. Here you can take a look. What is this? It's just a faster way to build and share your data apps. The small summary, you just do import, like in Python you need to import something, and it's always import. Streamlit as st, and then maybe your model or something else, and then you can just basically create from the blank page with some predefined functions. You can create a very nice tangible solution and deploy like almost one click. So that's the summarization of what Streamlit does. Okay, then they have very good documentation, which is not always the case for some good Python packages. You can take a look here if you want, and there is also a cheat sheet. You can also use it for today's exercise. There are different commands, pip install, Streamlit, uninstall Streamlit, etc., etc. So there is also hello world of Streamlit. There is a book on Amazon. There is a blog which has very nice examples as well. Like it can give you lots of ideas what you can do. And yeah, deploy on community cloud. Then this is some additional information we might use. So this will take you to the repo of today. Here's some information and structure of the repo. I will explain you a bit. So we'll start with setting up your system, and that's where we might need to take, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes before I start the live coding, because we need to make sure that you have the package manager. So here is setting up. You can click and follow the instructions. It's setting up a local development environment. So you need to install Conda and choose your operating system, create a new Conda environment. starting from this step, I will show you on my laptop the coding part, not the coding, but like the in terminal. But in order to get here, maybe let's make sure at least spend, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes trying to install it right now. Does it sound good? And then if it takes longer, I will just continue. I will show on my laptop everything. And then in the end, we can come back and do everything for your specific case. So you just need to go, again, click here or make a picture, go to the repo and follow the setting up instructions. As far as I know, kind of most of you installed Anaconda, and you probably opened your terminals. So please, this is how my terminal look like. So, and this is my name of my environment, but I will try to create together with you everything from scratch. So we go into the instructions and we see, okay, Conda create, which means Conda is actually package manager. It will manage, it will store all your packages in the nice and neat way, let's say, so that you can share your code with other people without any problems. And what we do Conda. It's a command in a command line, and Conda should create for us the new environment. So -n means the new environment. We have some name for your environment. Let's say it can be like Streamlit environment, like it's written here. It can be anything else. I did some tests here, so I have this weird name of my environment, STENV. And let's say I want Python 3.9 there, because at least everything working in this version. So it will create the environment with the specific version of Python. We agree to everything it says to us, and we wait until all the packages will be loaded. So what is the next step? We have on the env list, right? I have many environments, but I want to use one for STENV, right? So I copy it, and what I do, Conda activate, and it activates the environment I just installed. And usually you should have here some kind of indication of this, some kind of indication. Please ask Dominic and Albin to help you if you don't, but normally there should be no problem here. So you switch to the environment, and let's check what is our packages installed. So we see there are some packages, not much, but something that we need to start to work with. We have also PIP installed. It will be useful. So that's the way to check if everything is working. We activated the environment. Let's install the Streamlit. We just can copy, paste, and install the Streamlit library. So it will install the latest Streamlit library from the repo where it is stored, and it will install all the necessary packages and dependencies. Right, in case someone of you doesn't know, so the library in Python, so the core Python, it is still powerful, but it cannot really work on the bigger tasks. So the library in Python is the set of functions which is packed together to work on the specific task. So the Streamlit is the library to create these interactive apps. The Pandas is the library to work with data. So the NumPy is the library to work efficiently on the arrays. So there's a lot of different packages, there's a lot of different libraries, and the Streamlit is one of them. So we need to install it in order to get all these dependencies working. Let's check again on the list, and we see that Streamlit is installed. Very nice. So we are all set up. Let's try and do Streamlit hello. This is hello world of Streamlit to check if it is working. And what it will do, it will open the local host link for you. Hopefully it works on my laptop. Okay, so the first minimal example is done. So you kind of run your Streamlit app, but of course you cannot do much with this, and we will do something more interesting right now. So this is the page. It opens on your local browser. So local host is your basically is your local machine. It's not yet available online anywhere. You don't yet have it deployed anywhere. It's just to check that Streamlit works on your machine. So we see it's working, all good. We created this new environment. What it creates the it runs on local server, so you cannot continue code here. It will not work because it is running now the Streamlit. And if you want to actually continue working on your terminal, you need to press Ctrl+C to stop this server. So this app will not be available anymore, but we don't need it. And yeah, and we will start again from the empty page. So now we need PyCharm. And I don't know if you can see it well. Probably I need to increase the font. So your folder is probably empty, but this is okay because we will create now the app from scratch. And let me find where it is. And I will just navigate to the necessary folder, setting up, and live coding. So I don't think if you see what I'm doing here, let me maybe, oops, sorry. Basically, you even not necessarily need PyCharm. You can even work with your text files. It will also work, but we need to run them in a terminal. I want to increase. Yeah. I want to increase the font and it doesn't work for some reason. Okay. So what we do, the first step, we do import Streamlit as ST. This always in Python, we need to import something, and this is the way to import the Streamlit library for us. So import Streamlit as a ST. Actually, let me see. Just a second. I will just check. Yeah, okay. Let's follow actually this code. I have. Let's make it like this, actually, workshop Streamlit app. So what we need to do next, we need to create the Python file,
Is that any chance of making the VS Code a bit bigger?
Yeah, I'm trying, actually, I cannot.
And then increase the line up your screen?
Yeah. No, it doesn't work for some reason. How to make it white? And the presentation, maybe this? No! Sorry, it's a bit weird, but yes. I cannot get out. Yeah. Sorry, just a moment. I'm trying to. Okay, like this is it slightly better somehow? Okay. Yeah, let's start from the basics. Let's actually to start from really creating the Python file. So you can touch in the folder. I am in this folder, workshop Streamlit app. In this workshop Streamlit app folder, and actually, yeah, I need to go to live coding, I think. So I'm going to live coding. You can actually stay in the folder of your choice. So here are the files. I will just create a new file right now, which we need to work on. So I'm doing it with touch. Touch app.py, and this will create the app.py file in your folder. And let me actually how to go. Just a second, I need to just close the pie chart. Another one. Okay, so we created an empty file, which we use right now for creating the first app, right? So what we do import Streamlit as st, and then we do st.write just to see if we can do this hello world of Streamlit, hello woman ++ hack and lead participants. Okay, so that's it. What we need to do now, you just have this small, simple app, right? What we need to do now in your terminal, where you have this file, run this code, Streamlit run, and this will run your app. This will run your app. Your name is app.py, and let's run this one. App.py. So this is the app we created ourselves. So it has the name, it has just the string printed on the blank page. Hello world. Did you manage? Okay, good. So now we will start. Who still needs to catch up? Okay. I will wait for maybe 2 minutes, and then we start with the real app that we are going to do. Okay. How's it going?
Yeah, it's working for me. I got to record mini contest, and it does the tries.
Okay, very good. So you have it in local host somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay, good. For you?
I think I left the right local, not in that environment that's needed. And also Streamlit says that there is no model.
Can you open the terminal? You are in the, or maybe here actually.
Yeah.
Maybe even here is okay in PyCharm. Can you go to PyCharm? Here. This is the workshop. Can you do ls just to see what files do you have there? What is this?
I created this folder and then created the file with the PyCharm.
In here, but I don't see the file. Okay, what really? Mode.
Main.
Is it okay? Main.py. Okay. Can you do conda? Which conda? What is this Windows?
Yeah. Conda. No.
Or conda list maybe? Conda list. Do you have? Okay. Yeah. I ask. Oh, you have packages. It's good. It's good. So it is the probably correct one. Do you have?
Yeah, one of the guys helped me to install. So for sure, Anaconda Streamlit is.
I don't see Streamlit. Don't see Streamlit. My God, what is this? We have a log. Okay, let's do it again. Do it again. Conda create the conda create -n. Conda. Can you do this conda create? Deactivate. Okay, so let's continue, guys. And I think we can catch up because otherwise it will be hard to finish. So basically now we will create the further app. I will just delete it from here because we are creating now something something new. So you will have kind of the live coding in this repo, not in setting up, but in the live coding. But I will do everything line by line with explanations so that you see the whole progress. And then we will run the app. So basically, we need to import Streamlit, but now we will need more packages. I will not focus too much on the data science packages, but okay, just to briefly mention, because maybe it will take a lot of time. So this is we are importing Pandas, which is the package for working with data, and we import the packages that we need to plot. So actually, you see PyCharm suggests us something, but I will just type it as is. PyPlot as PLT. So this will help us to plot. This will help us to plot. If someone who knows how to code, actually, you can correct me if I'm doing something wrong here. And then we need to import the interactive plotting, because interactive plots are always something that people are looking for. It's always fun to work with interactive images. So we import in the Plotly. It helps us to plot interactive plots. And maybe I will comment this plot, and this one interactive visualization. Okay, so the next one is further Plotly graph objects, the library we will use for the further developments. Objects as Go. I think this is correct, and we need two more libraries to request the data sets from the web. Import URL open, import JSON. It's for working with geodata we are going to work today, and then from this I don't need. Okay, good. So we have all the necessary packages. Let's start and see. And we define our data frame. Read from CSV. df.read CSV from the path we provide. So we will work with the MPG dataset, which you can actually find also in the repo. So we will working with this fuel efficiency data. Why I chose this data set is just, it's very common data set, it's very widely used in data science, so it's just like it's very easy to work with, and it's kind of related to, possibly challenge of energy efficiency or something like this. So this data set contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 11 columns with information about the manufacturer of the car, the model of the car, the displacement value, the year when it was produced, number of cylinders, then transmission, automatic and manual, etc., etc. So class like compact, SUV, and all the rest. Good. So, and we will work with this data set. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, yes, that's true. pd.read CSV. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Let me maybe increase this. Good. Now, let's continue. So what I want to do next is, of course, create a title for our app, and let's do it like this: st.title, and we can call it somehow introduction to Streamlit, right? And let's see what will happen. I didn't close it, right? Let me just stop it and run again. So I'm just running again our Streamlit app. Okay, so I need to actually install I'll continue with ST. So I need to install these packages first. And what we do is I need to go and see how to install matplotlib. And I need to install it one by one, actually, in this environment, just to make it work. While it's installing, I think there are some more packages so that it's pandas. It should be installed. Plotly. Let's install Plotly. And I think Honda install Plotly. Let's just go here, allow everything. Good. And now installing Plotly, and hopefully it will work now. So let me Control-C will stop the app, and I wait when it is installed. Okay, all the packages are installed. And now run it again. And it doesn't work again because I didn't install this package. Okay, let's install this package. Let's install.
It's requests, not requests.
I think it is, yeah, let me check. Real request. Yeah, that's true. And we install this one. Okay. Okay. So, fortunately, we don't need to install anything else. So let's see if it's working now. Please work. Yeah, okay, it's working. Good. So what do we have now? We have some things that are not shown on the app, and we have some things that are shown on the app, right? So, and now I will do the following. So I will do here on the right side. So we don't need to install anything else. We just need to code more, and that's it. And I will just adjust it so that way you can go here to the settings, to this burger menu. In settings, you can do run on save. And that means every time you change something and save it, like control save, it will change immediately here. So you will see the changes of your app immediately if you change this setting, run on save. And here we can continue, and it will be, I think, quite quick from here. So let's try with some small data exploration. So what we do is we create the header, and let's say MPG, this is the name of our data set, data exploration. Let's save it, so control save. For me, yeah, even, or like you can go here and do save. Save all. And then it's immediately changes on your app page. Okay, so now I want to create something else. I want to create the sidebar where I will put all the, let's say, additional information about our exploration actions. So, and we do it, there is ST sidebar available. So I do ST sidebar. Dot checkbox. And if I want to see it on my Streamlit, then I will just see it, ST sub header. This is my data set.
Yes.
And Streamlit also allows to show you the data frames, and we can do this ST data frame.
Yes.
Data is DF. What happens? What we just did with these 3 lines of code, we created the sidebar, which will allow us to choose this checkbox. Like there is a sidebar and there is checkbox, and if it's on, then we can see the data frame. If we don't want to see the data frame, we can unclick it. So it will allow us to explore it a bit more. There are different ways how you show the data frames. There is also table available, but this will be less flexible because it shows the whole data frame, which is not convenient. So we just use it only with small data frames, and if you want to have the big one, then we just choose the data frame option. So this is one thing. And let's do some nice analysis. So we do some analysis about left. We define some columns here. Right column. Because Streamlit allows us to also enable different columns. And let's create the widget. Select box. So we will create the widget select box. Or as you see in this data frame, we have actually different years. So let's choose the year of the car when it was produced, right? So years, we want to have the all option because we want to have the possibility to choose every one of them, and also the unique years that we have in this year column. DF. So what I'm doing now, I'm choosing this column, which is year. I'm choosing unique values in this, like for example, it's 1999 and it's 2008, I think. It's just sorted right now. Yeah, it's sorted, that's why. There are actually two different types of year, and we hope to see these types of year. And let's see, we create another option to choose this sidebar select box, which is also available in Streamlit, and choose a year. And okay, options, years, okay. As you see, it also can give you the error messages, which are quite, how to say, clear. Years, okay. So these are our options, and what we can do now, we just can choose different years, but this doesn't have any action yet. So you see, it doesn't choose anything from here. We will now create something, let's say the plot, which will allow us to choose different years. So let's see how we do it. So if year equal all, which is chosen here for now, then our reduced DF will be just DF, like it will just show us everything. Else, if something is chosen, then the reduced DF will be DF where we have only the specific year chosen. Here. So where this, yeah, the names are a bit confusing, but like this is DF year equal to the year variable here. Okay. It doesn't yet been attached to any plot. So that's why there is no action. But let's create some plot. Just wait a second. Let's create a matplotlib plot, and let's say matplotlib figure. For this, we create axis, and we have matplotlib installed, so we can easily do the plots. Matplotlib subplots. We provide the figure size. Let's say this one, but we see later if we are happy with this size or not. And we do a simple scatter plot with where we show the dependency between displacement and dependency between MPG value, which is highway, this one. Okay. So the scatter plot, what we do, we use the reduce df because we want to actually be able to choose the specific year. That's why we use the reduce df, and we use the displacement column against the highway column, right? This is the highway column. Highway. And let's see. And I need to actually to do the set title. And that's engine size versus mileage, right? And yeah, let's keep it like this for now. And how we show the plot. We do st pyplot, how we call it mfig. So it will show us the plot, hopefully. Okay, good. So we created the simple plot, and we created some simple functionality of our app. So we can basically do another actions as well. And I think I will not continue with different elements of the Streamlit app itself, because you have it here. And you can download it from basically from the live coding, because I think we will spend the rest of the time to deploy this app, if you agree. Okay? So the instructions for deployment are actually here, and if you want, you can use what you already produced. So basically, you can just simply deploy your app that we just did. Where is it? Where's this one? I actually lost it. Okay, let me run it again. It was here. It was all the way here. So we just tried to deploy this one. It should work. So it should be not a problem to do it. So we use these instructions. We use these instructions, and let's do it step by step. The important thing, your app should run locally without any errors in order to make it run also on the server, because this is important, and all the dependencies of all the packages are very important to have. So I will try to deploy something that we created just now with you. You can try and maybe download this one, template and MPG CSV, everything, because this one for sure working with the requirements we provided. So the steps will be, let's do the steps. Where is my terminal? So now we simply work also with the terminal and workshop Streamlit up. Let's create another folder, actually. Let's create another folder and make sure everything works in this folder. So mkdir will create a folder for you. So you can call it my first Streamlit app. I will call it mkdir, let's say, woman plus Streamlit, something like this. So the directory is created, and I have it here. I have it here. Okay, good. The next step, actually, let me to change to this folder. So we just cd woman plus Streamlit for me. For you, it's something else maybe. I'm in this folder. This folder is empty. And what we do, we initialize the git init. So now we see that there is git folder, and I see it is initialized also here. Good. The next step, I want to put here the app I just created. So I just go to the file, to my live coding, just copy it here. I also need to put there the data. So because for this, unfortunately, even if you work with git ignore, you still need to push your data to remote. So app, okay, my data are added. So what I do is git add. Either you can do git add app.py and mpg csv, or you can do git add dot, which will add just all the changes you have done. But okay, let me do it like in this instruction, mpg csv. So you are adding your files to the staging environment. This means that you will push them to the git and will be able to follow the version control of these files. We write the message for your commit. Commit makes your changes fixed. So even if you change something in your app, once you commit, the changes will not be shown in the remote repo until you commit again. So this is your first commit. Good, it was successfully done. So, and what we do now, git remote add origin. And now that's the part where you go to your GitHub repos, which you created in advance. And you need to provide GitHub username repo name.git, where you can find it. So basically you find it in here. Actually, I usually clone it, and that's why somewhere. Oh, yeah. I actually forgot, but let me see. I usually do it like this and copy it from here. But it usually will be your username and repo name, which you created, but you didn't create any repo here, right? So let's create something. Let's create something new. Okay, so we create a new repo. And you provide the name. Let's use the same name, woman plus Streamlit, right? Woman plus Streamlit. The repo is created, and that's where you can copy the path for connecting it to your local folders. We just copy it from here, and let's follow further instructions. Sorry. Yeah, git remote at origin, and we just add the origin that you just copied. So this is added, and you do git push. Git push. it will probably give you this message. You just need to copy what it tells you to do and just follow this instructions. So now we see that the new repo is created, and if I update it, it is our files are there, our files on GitLab. And now we need to create the requirements file. So the requirements file, we do like this, touch. What is the name? It is requirements.txt. Let's just copy it from here. Requirements.txt. Now we created these requirements. It is empty right now, so we just copy paste whatever we need from here. It's better to actually have it with normal indentation. Okay. We save the requirements file. The requirements file contains all the information about the packages that you will need. Okay, good. And now we need to test if it is working. Let me check actually on the list. Yeah, it actually should work. So let's maybe keep this test, because I think it should work without it, but yeah, it's good to test it, but we just make sure that everything is working. So let's skip this step and let's go. So we go and log in to our Streamlit cloud with our sorry, I'll just go back, right click, open new tab. We log in with GitHub here, and there should be no problems actually if you have your GitHub account. Click on the button New App. Then we enter the repo name, branch, and file path. So the latest one is this one, woman plus Streamlit. So I just choose this one, my repo name, and the branch, which is main, because I didn't create any branches, and the name of the file is app. I didn't push requirements, sorry. We need to push requirements, requirements, commit -n. Requirements, edit, and git pull. So let's see if we have all the requirements. Yes, everything is here. All you need is every dependencies, which is in the requirements file, the MPG, like your data files, and app.py. So our app name is app.py, and there is suggested URL, which you can change by, let's say, customizing it a bit. So I have, like, let's say, Kate. That's it, deploy. Click deploy, and it will create for you the web app. The process of app creation will be here, so you can see if everything is working properly. It's in the bottom right corner here. And hopefully it will work. So what it's doing, it's building the app. For now, it's downloading all the packages that you provided in requirements file. And if there are any errors, it will tell you as well in this site. And in the meantime, I think I can go and see how are you doing. Or maybe let's wait until it's finished. Good. So it's working. Voila. And I can actually share this file with every one of you. Share this link, and you will be able to access it. app we created. So if you're interested, you can go and click to the link and you should be able to access this link. So everyone else will be also able to do it. So what I have else, I thought it will be more time, slightly more time. There are some code snippets for you to play for the Streamlit app. So you can just copy paste it to the file we created. Actually, I can do it right now, just to show you what we will see, what we will have. And then I think we can individually go and see, yeah, for localhost. So for example, if I add here, why is it so weird? Okay. Because it's, sorry, I just opened app.py. This one. These code snippets, I think they might be useful for the hackathon as well, because they're showing how to work with geodata and how to do fancy interactive plots. This one, just loading. Okay. Yeah, okay, so what we have here is some more of different possibilities. So for example, the Streamlit map, it will just show you the map. If we are lucky, it doesn't show. Yeah, just a second. Yeah, not sure. Yeah, let me write. It's not in live coding. No. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Yeah, let me check where it is. I just It was this file, Women's ++ Streamlit app.py. Should work, but it doesn't work for some reason. Yeah. I cannot find it. Where is this? Workshop Streamlit app. CD. Okay. Streamlit run app. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's showing the map. And also there is a snippet to show the choropleth map, which is already taking the data from the internet and coloring by For some reason it doesn't work. Okay, let me check settings, run on safe. Okay. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't update soon, but okay. So there's this plotly map, and there is this small exercise if you're interested to change this map to the Switzerland map and to use the renewable energy information. So if you want, I think that's it. How are you? How are you doing? It happens. Did you manage? Okay. And for you can share actually your links to see how it's working. Okay, good. So you deployed. Nice.
It gave me some error messages before, but I think that's because I didn't put the requirements in the error part.
Okay, it's working. Thank you so much. Great. How's it going?
Actually, I had some issues with the GitHub, so I'm trying to start over right now. My problem is only with GitHub.
So the SSH key or what?
Yes, I think it wouldn't. It stopped at git push. I couldn't do any of the steps afterwards.
Because you need to set up your SSH key connection. You need to go to your GitHub. No, not here. Your profile, I think it's your profile. And then, okay, not here. Where are the settings? No, not here. It should be somewhere. Can you, Dominic, where is the SSH key? Do you remember? Settings.
Yeah.
Okay.
This. New one.
Yes, but here, okay, you need to generate one first. So you go to your terminal and you do SSH slash, not slash, dash, yeah, dash was correct, kgen. Kgen. It's okay. It's okay. Again. Okay, good. And now you do cut.